So as you can see here, there's not too much. There's not muscle falling, there's nothing else. But she wants a little bit to remodel also this area. Usually there is an asymmetry, like two breasts, two eyes, two buttocks are always different, the two different sides. You can see that there is a difference between the two sides or not? Which is the worst one? The left one, okay. So I treat first the left one, and then we can see how is it, okay. Then we want to treat also this part. There's no extra fat. If you touch, maybe there is a 10% of fat, but it's almost nothing. So I try to shrink a little bit the skin of this area, okay. But when we treat the under chin, so this area, you cannot see immediately almost anything. But when we treat two symmetric, almost symmetric parts, you can see the immediate results of one area respect the other. And we hope that even this afternoon appear like this. This morning was like this. So she can lay down. You have makeup?
No.
Okay. So we can clean the area, just disinfect the area and clean the area. So first of all, you can see how we set the laser. So from the beginning, so here,
we choose the setting EndoLift because already dividing the different area. We go to the mandibular border. We normally choose a medium level of energy. We give a look at which are the settings he is recommending. Normally, we used to start using the 2 watt in order to understand which is the tolerability of the treatment. And we leave the emission time at 25 against the relaxation time of 75. That's it. We accept the settings. And the only thing that we have to do is to plug the fiber to the cable. This is for our disposable fiber.
Facciamolo a favore di camera, aspetta.
You need the light?
Ah, no, not. Okay, you always do the stress test, okay? Do like a note or something in the fiber. This you can do with the other fiber. Maybe if you use any other laser, any other fiber, you are not able to do this, okay? So even to move the note along the fiber. That's it. Then we remove the cap, the black cap, and put the fiber in. So it's important to keep the fiber in the correct position. So this is too far from the tip, this is too close from the tip. So it's like when you want to enter with a needle in something. So you know you feel the right distance. Okay, you know that where you have to hold the needle. Here is this. So when you want to enter, it's like this. This is the radial fiber. So and the conic tip. So usually enter in a good way without any laser emission. But when I pinch the tissue and I try to enter inside, okay, if I feel that it's not easy to enter inside, I can press a little bit the pedal and the fiber enter easily, okay? In this way, maybe sometimes remain a little bit of a red dot, but that's the maximum, okay? So this is the lower mandibular branch, the upper branch. Here, this is the angle, okay? So you stay a little bit up in this part. So from here, I do the treatment working like a fan in this direction. So this is my first entry point, okay? So I do like this, and I enter inside. So no energy emission, nothing. So the laser enter, the fiber enter easily. Then you can go, you can push forward, always taking care about the dangerous areas. For example, don't work too much close to here, too much to the angle of the mouth. So the result of this area comes because we do an endo-lifting of the area. Now we are going to remodel the mandibular border. So now I'm starting to do the procedure.
How? Ask her how it felt.
Ah,
איך הרגישה לך התפילה?
רגילה, כמו מחט, לא יודעת.
Okay.
like a small needle that enter inside. Usually it's like this, sometimes more, sometimes less, you know, but it's nothing, okay? And then when you push the fiber like this, and you start to do the procedure. You can feel like a popcorn is the interaction between the wavelength and the water, okay? And starting to shrink the skin. This is the right speed of retraction. So at the beginning, I work just giving the energy in retraction, because I have to create like a area to work, like in the normal liposuction. So at the beginning, you work like this. She's very kind. I know that she feels something, but it's good.
את מרגישה משהו?
לא. קליקים, אבל זה לא מרגיש, אני שומעת את זה יותר.
So my main endpoint is when I start to see the changing in the shape of the tissue. Don't care about the totally jowl delivered. Anyway, probably here will be around maybe 200 joule for this area, maybe 180, and for the upper branch around 50 to 70.
You are able to see the retraction of the skin now? During
Not
the
yet,
treatment?
but yes. When around the middle of the treatment, so probably will be around 100 joules. So as you can see in the monitor, there is the totally joule delivered, that is 13 until now, and in the lower line there is the second of emission. So in 20 seconds I have emitted 13 joule. Working at 2 watt, 25 of T on, 75 to T off. This is the right setting to start. Then, if the patient, like the one in this morning, have no problem at all, you can work even 2.5, 3 watt, and you can put 50-50 the T on and T off. But this is a good starting also to understand how is the patient, okay? Then she have a very thin skin, so not to be too much aggressive. I mean, you can push a little bit higher the watt, for sure, but the only result that you can have is to have a faster procedure, but more painful for the patient. If you have any question, please ask me.
It's a subcutaneous burn.
Yes. Is the superficial middle hypodermal. So we work with this light in order to see perfectly the right redness through the skin. I mean, if I go too deep, you can lose the redness. Okay. If I go too much superficial, you can see the tip of the
This is also the same level for lipolysis.
No, for lipolysis, better to stay a little bit deeper. Yes,
Deeper.
the middle hypodermis is the best way. Maybe we can do, but there's not. Later we'll see if someone of your model have a little bit of extra fat. We can do also like a small laser lipolysis. We do the same position, the same fiber, everything is the same. We just change the setting. That is in the manual. There is everything.
You are using
For
here,
lipolysis? I didn't understand.
For lipolysis, laser lipolysis, yes.
here you are using the 200 micron or the 300.
Now the 200 is always my favorite fiber. It's not easy to move at the beginning because it's very flexible, that's it. So the 300 is more straight. So for the first patient, I mean 3-4 patients for the learning curve, I use the 300 maybe for the body or for some areas just to understand how it works. Seems easy, right? it's easy and have to remain easy. That's why no anesthesia, nothing and the rest. Just use the fiber passing under the skin to shrink the skin, the column, and remodeling the derm for sure. In an indirect way. Enjoy the future one?
את מרגישה משהו? חום, גירות, משהו?
כלום.
You talk about the lower
שיבוא. אני רואה.
Okay, if someone wanna use the glues, you can feel that here and here there is a changing in consistency. Maybe don't touch here without glues, but you can feel that here there is a difference in consistency. How is it? Boring? Boring? It's fine?
Yes.
How long does it take you to do the entire procedure? Let's say you're not demonstrating, you're just doing it.
Okay, as you can see from the as you can see from the monitor, now I work at 240 seconds. So this means that I'm working 4 minutes now. So usually the average is about 7-8 minutes for each side.
For each side.
So you can work in 15 minutes, you can do the full procedure. Considering the price that you sell the procedure and the rest, take time, clean the skin, do something nice for the patient needs to, but honestly the procedure can be very fast. Even now I work at 2 watt and 2.5. But
parameters of the EndoLift treatment, or you already covered it?
yes, covered. Yes, and so if I work a little bit higher, like 2.5 or 50-50, I can be maybe double faster. She can feel more, but doesn't change in the quality of effect. So she's nice, very
So maximal quality is about 90 days. What is the maximal
The maximum result comes in 90 days usually. But I have many pictures that show me that after the result that I obtain after 6 months are improved after 1 year. So you never know how is the
And
quality.
there's no safety issues if you do a fractional laser with it or LED or anything like that? No safety issues? No, you didn't see any problems combining
Not at all. Especially with the fractional non-ablative laser, I always try to de-synergize the technique for more result and more revenues. Quanto siamo? Always with the left hand, like in other procedures, try to lift better than is this, so it can be more flat as is possible. Sometimes you can stretch from here or from here, like this, or like this. As take your own technique, but it's important to stretch better the skin. Sometimes you can do like this in the other side because it's in the other hand, or maybe your assistant can help to lift in the skin. So.
You actually focus on the vector, this vector.
Now yes, then I use
You're
the
not doing much fanning, let's say, over...
if it's needed, but you know, if I work here, maybe I can introflect a little bit the area. So if the patient asks me to divide the areas between here and here, so to shrink this part, to be fun. So I can work even in the middle phase. So you know, sometimes there is a more depression in this part between the cheeks and the mandibular board. Some ladies love this kind of result.
So you treat here and here.
Exactly. Now she will just want to define the mandibular border so you have not to stay too much up in this
In
case.
your practice, you usually do all face or just this area? What?
That depends by the patient. The main areas is for sure the mandibular border, and sometimes here the eyebrow lift and the under chin and the neck. Those are the main areas that where I work for the.
So broadly, you do how many millimeters you can lift?
I never measure it. Just take a picture and there is something like this. So I work from here, working in this part. So like a fan.
Okay.
I work on this part, so just from one entry point. And usually in this area, I always synergize with microfocus and ultrasound. Microfocus and ultrasound to push more the results. But the EndoLift is very good. I can see that there is a different shaping and I can feel it. So now I'll show you also. It's important to stand or sit to see.
Why are you doing this director?
Just to define a little bit also the angle. It's just not a vector. Okay. You can see that there's nothing. Okay, maybe just a red point. Okay, now we finish the first side. Usually ask the patient to press the side, turn the head to my part, but now we want to see if something is visible immediately. Okay? Very light. That's why
But you can see the difference on this part.
Yes. Here is more
So,
shaped.
yeah.
Here it is.
You see the clear reflection.
Now you can see it again. Press and do the rest. Maybe during the procedure. Later this morning we use the Zimmer, we use the cooling system and then put it this area. It's the same entrance. No, it's not. But she have no nothing, so but I can
Just normal parameters.
yeah, but I can show you how. Again, I enter and touch the angle, and here, I pinch the skin, and I enter, giving a little bit of energy. Okay. So the first passage is the one that you have to understand the plane and everything. Just we can push a little bit higher, like 50-50, so we can.
You want me to increase at 2.5? Lascialo vedere.
È molto sottile. Tell me if you can feel a little bit more now or not. You can press with the other hand, it's better. Means nothing, it's Italian. You study there and then you study.
I was born in Portugal.
Ah, well. Which city?
Lisbon.
You see, now we are already at 40, so we can go a little bit faster.
If you increase the time on and you decrease the time off, of course the procedure time is going to be shorter.
But the patient feel more, usually.
She's
And
not
she
feeling.
could. No, now yes, I can see.
Abbastanza risvolta.
You see the difference in the effect if you're doing a fast treatment or multi-pass?
Just it a time reason.
So you're doing it very fast.
Yeah, just because I want to go in the other part for you. So I know that it could be a little bit boring to see all the procedure in both
happy
sides.
if you do the left, the next, I think.
Then working on the right side is easier because it's our hand. That's it. You prefer the light on, off, or? It's okay. Even for you, it's better like this. Better. Yeah, there is the changing shape, the changing consistency, and now probably in the other side I give 250, 260, so this side will be another 260 or less, a little bit less, but 240 maybe.
You now 100.
So it's already 100 now.
Box formation.
Jowling is really
Yeah.
big one.
You are going over the mandible.
How many percentages more do you add for a male? Or you do the same?
No, for
It's
sure.
different.
For sure. Maybe it could be 30, at least 30. Okay, another 50 here. So now we can just reset the counter. Easy. So I know that now in the under chin I can do another procedure. I did it. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, now it's faster. Now up. Okay. Usually we can put something under the back, so to increase the curve. So she have to lift more. Thanks. Okay, again here I enter from this point, and then I do to design all these areas like this.
You are going to do subcutaneous now.
Yes.
Just the epidermis.
Yes. So I pinch again the skin. Here is usually remains much softer than the other energies. So usually you have to give the energy to enter with the fiber. So you do like this, and you enter inside. Okay. But you see, there's no external sign. Usually the under chin is a much sensitive area respect the mandibular border, so sometimes the patient feel a little bit more in this area. You can lift and stress the area with this, okay? Working like this.
You are on the same settings, 50-50?
Now, yes. This is my favorite setting. Here the cooling system helps a lot for sure. If sometimes you feel that the fiber exits from here, you can press and go forward. Press and go forward. So in this way you can pass over even the angle of the...
How much energy are you doing for the underneath? More or less 300?
For here? Yeah, at least 200. 200, yeah, 200 could be fine. 250 could be fine. Yes, she's small, so 200, maybe 200, 250 will be the right totally jowl delivery for her. Probably. Remember always that your patient have to wear glasses, goggles. Okay, we are using a laser, so just for, I don't know the law here, how is it, but I'm sure that your patient, use the goggles always to your patient. Anyway, we are emitting energy under the skin, so there's no risk. That's why we don't use goggles, but usually to all the patients use goggles for sure. she works for the company. Then press, strong. So usually after we apply a patch, grazie Francesca. Okay, like this. You can apply the patch. Okay, you see there's quite a little bit just light redness that goes in a while. If we apply like a patch or a hyaluronic patch, a calming patch, something like this, could be fine.
Yeah?
It's comfortable. Yeah.
קצת התחלתי להרגיש את המיגום של הקנולה וטיפה...
הוא גם העלה את העוצמה.
כן, שמעתי.
בצד השמאלי הרבה שפחות?
כן. הוא לא בשטחה. כאילו חוץ מהתחילה, כמו מהמחט
ב-25-75 כאילו?
כן, כלום. כאן, כן. גם מרגישים שורף. זה גם לא כל הזמן, ואני באמת מסתובבת על הזמן.